a shot at love. These people should have been getting a shot for HPV.
Welcome to Bottle Episodes.
Yeah, give me what I need.
That's how I started the episode. I'm sorry, everybody.
Welcome to Bottle Episodes. My name's David Piccolomini.
I'm Daniel Crow.
This week, we got two guests.
Bret Raybould.
Nick Whitmer.
You know him. You love him.
Bret Raybould.
I said it after my name. That's like when a host brings you up and the last thing they say isn't your name. It always just a little doesn't flow. You know what I mean?
This next comic, David Piccolomini. Anyway, you're going to love him.
Give him a chance.
Give him a chance. Give him a chance.
Okay, and so Bottle Episodes, we watch terrible television shows. We watch the pilot and the top-rated episode on IMDb to see if it gets any better.
Oh, Lord. Those are the top-rated ones?
That was the top-rated episode on IMDb.
Oh, Lord.
Can I say something about this show? Not only does it metaphorically represent America's decline, but when A Shot at Love debuted, that was the day in 2007 that the Dow Jones, its value peaked prior to the financial crisis. And right after season 2 ends, it's when everything started collapsing. They started signing bills
That was
to
when
stabilize everything. So
the people giving out phony mortgages, just like their spirits were like, okay, this has to stop.
yeah, this show literally exists in a year and a half of like the worst economic times for America. And people were escaping by turning on the TV and watching Tila Tequila pretend to be bisexual.
Oh, my
Pretend?
Lord.
Pretend.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No. She
Look, I'm
seems
sorry
so
to ruin your
authentic.
dreams.
No.
I just found it was so funny because, like, nowadays when people come out as bisexual, it's always like an empowering, like, your journey has brought. Thank you. You're inspiring people, and it's like a long Instagram post. And back in 2007, it was like, I'm bisexual. Am I gonna fuck a girl or am I gonna fuck a guy? Which one's it gonna be? And you're like, oh my god, dude.
The best
Also,
part of
it's the big twist.
Yeah, the big twist of the show. The whole premise is,
But the best part is at the end of the first episode when she gathers them all together, which you guys might not have seen the last 5 minutes because David sent out the wrong links and then I passed them
there's
on to
just
you.
Fine by me. It was 5 less minutes I had to watch.
But in the last 5 minutes of the episode, she gathers them all together and she's like, I've never told anyone this before, but I'm bisexual. And I'm like, you definitely told the producers.
yeah,
They
Yeah.
knew to make this show.
The
yeah.
producers were like, oh shit, we got lucky that we invited
Yeah.
16 women and men.
Which is, it's too many.
Right.
32 people immediately.
Yeah, you're right. Not enough chicks. Come on.
Yeah.
No.
Was this the end of like the trashy reality TV show?
No,
era?
this is
Or is
the
this
middle.
the beginning of the middle? Okay,
This
because
is
I'm
the
not
middle.
familiar with it at all. But like, I do know now, every reality TV show is like, it's like the Kardashians crying, or it's like, this is important for me to be seen, and it's like very, it's supposed to be like emotionally affirming, even though it's still trash. But
Yeah.
they try to hide it behind this. But back then, it was just pure trash, and I respect that so much more.
I know,
when they just lean into the trash aspect.
It was
of
like
it.
the Attitude Era of WWE.
Yeah, it really was.
They were just like doing that V between your lips where you lick pussy, and they're like,
Yeah, like the guy
I'll
literally
never
Tequila
soundbite.
313.
I'll never forget when they threw Tila Tequila through the table on the top of the cage.
Some memorable sound bites I wrote down is some guy said, I've never been with an Asian girl, but I do love Chinese food.
That man's probably like a local state senator now.
yeah, he was the smartest one on the show.
Yeah, and then Tila Tequila said, I'm going to tell these women that I'm straight up gay. And then another girl said, Tila Tequila is so hot it's retarded. I'm like,
In fairness, if you learn about her views since the show,
Yeah, I didn't know this.
They're not wrong.
Okay,
I
we should
didn't know
explain
this.
what the show actually is.
Yeah,
We have
let's
not-
backtrack a little bit.
So Tila Tequila was an internet one of the first internet
MySpace.
celebrities.
MySpace, yeah.
She was huge on MySpace.
They intro her by saying she has 2 million friends on MySpace, and we're in an era right now. Was like, she got to show off 2 million?
Yeah.
No way. Not big at all.
So she's huge on MySpace, and then eventually, I don't know what she does. She just was around
Yeah, she was one of the. It's a
Paris Hilton type.
Yeah, the famous for being famous type. Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually that leads to in the age of Rock of Love and Flavor of Love.
Yeah.
Yes. Which did she? I don't know if she predated them. Is she?
No, I don't. I think Rock of Love is
Pretty
before.
sure Rock of Love.
She
I
may
think
not have predated it, but I would believe that she dated both Bret Michaels and Flavor Flav.
for sure.
She has that sort of feeling.
For
too.
sure. Yeah. They I'm pretty sure Flavor of Love was like the OG trashy VH1 dating show.
Mm-hmm.
And from that stemmed I Love New York, Rock of Love, A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila.
Yeah, boy.
And all of those. It's like the Bill Belichick coaching tree.
Honestly, hearing you
dumpster fire after dumpster fire after dumpster fire.
hearing you give the history on VH1 trashy dating shows, it's like watching one of the guys come in the middle of Ken Burns' Civil War. And like, this guy knows what he's talking about. He just lists all the important battles, and you're like, all right.
I would think you're the one who just knows this random shit.
I'm
but
not particularly well versed in trashy reality.
I'm a bit of a
TV.
prophet because I kind of came up on it.
So yeah, it was
Always
Flavor of
watched
Love
it.
first in 2006.
It was Flavor of
Yeah.
Love.
Next year, though, Rock of Love
Yep.
and Shot of Love with Tila Tequila,
Yeah.
same time.
Since
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ever going to do Flavor of Love, can I bring up my favorite Flavor Flav fact I've ever heard?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Apparently, at his lowest point, before reality TV brought back his career, he was broke, and he was outside Yankee Stadium reselling Yankees tickets.
Really?
That's how he was making money. But people would recognize him and be like, "Are you Flavor Flav?" And he would say no, but he was still wearing the clock. It was clearly Flavor Flav.
Couldn't quit the clock.
Yeah.
God, he still wears that clock.
Still
to
wears
this
the
day.
clock.
That's a commitment to character, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Even when you're trying not to be noticed, like, well, I gotta wear the clock.
Maybe how can I be He was a slightly smaller clock.
Yeah.
It blends in. But yeah, no, he
Just a really
was-
big wristwatch.
It's digital.
Yeah.
He's got to have a digital clock.
So he brought in this era. I guess
Yeah.
Flavor of Love was so popular that they did a whole bunch of them, and it kept spinning off because they're so cheap to produce.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that costs them $15,000.
Tila got 20 million an episode, though.
Yeah. She got 20 million an
No.
episode.
I know.
Oh, I was about to say, there's no way.
No,
It's
that's
like
a
Jennifer
good one.
Aniston didn't get
Yeah.
that at the height of Friends.
Yeah.
I was
There's
doing one of
no
my
way.
goofs on the comedy podcast.
It's just kind of believable. I know 20 million, it's too much, but like that's kind of like 2007, you know?
It would, yeah. They were in the financial crisis. People were just making bad decisions.
Yeah, exactly. It
Oh, the
was like,
subprime Tila Tequila market collapsed.
they're like, wait, how much were you paying for a Tila Tequila episode?
So she has a dating the dating show that she has, a la Flavor of Love, Rock of Love, is the twist on this one is she's bisexual. So
Right.
What?
but they literally do drop it like that every time.
Yeah.
Every time she talks about it, it's like bah, bah, bah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horror music.
Yeah, like the panning to like faces shocked.
Right.
I do think about like it is such a terror. Like so, it's 16 lesbians, 16 straight men,
Yeah.
and they're all sleeping in one giant bed together.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I didn't get
You
to
don't
that
see
part.
that in the first episode because they haven't narrowed it down. But
Oh,
Wait,
my
all the
God.
see
men
them-
have to sleep in one big bed together?
They all
Everyone,
sleep in
yeah.
one bed except for Tila. Tila doesn't sleep in that bed.
Oh my God.
Tila
That's
sleeps on the floor next to the bed.
Jesus.
There's no chance they would do that to my queen.
This is a spoiler from the next episode, but two people fuck on the bed the first day. Like, because everybody just gets drunk and
Wait,
they're all.
alleged lesbian and just a dude?
No,
Yeah,
the
'cause
Two
lesbians.
dudes.
They're also, by the way, they're bisexual. They're probably a lot of them are bi. but-
What?
Yeah.
Because I thought the lesbians had such an advantage, is like, because you get to the house and like there's a bunch of you and the girl you're supposed to try to get, and then there's a bunch of dudes, so you don't even have to worry about. But if you're a
Right.
guy, there's only one woman there you can fuck.
And can I
Theoretically.
can I say about the dudes?
Yeah,
I was watching it as a guy.
Yeah.
We didn't send our best representatives.
Well, no, because that's the thing.
we
It
didn't
was
put
so.
our best foot forward. for this
No,
at all.
but you kind of did though, because you're trying to get Tila Tequila's love. Like that's who you need.
That's who
like,
you need.
I appreciated going down a memory lane of all the archetypes of all the douches of 2007.
Yeah.
It was like the magician douche. It was like the DJ douche. It was the guy who did the worm
the
douche.
trained clown.
It was
Southern douche.
It was the southern douche.
Then there was an Italian
The
douche.
there was two Italian Italian douches. There was like an American Italian douche, and then a guy from Milan douche, the Eurotrash douche.
Right.
Well,
it was just great to see. It's
was
a
a guy
walk
with the
down
strange
memory
laugh.
lane. Yeah, they all just
Oh my
dressed.
God.
They all dressed like Dane Cook. It was great.
Oh, homophobic douche.
Yeah, there was the
Well, that
homophobic
was
douche.
That's high pitch.
That was the laugh
Yeah.
guy.
That was
the
all
laugh
of
guy.
Yeah, the laugh guy. Yeah.
That was a great moment because that was one of the first things they showed in the episode within 6 minutes was like, would you suck a dick for $10 million?
Yeah.
Someone asked that.
The Italian dude, I don't even know if it was suck a dick. I think it was like, would you have sex with a man?
Oh,
Like,
would you have sex with a man for $10 million?
And
They literally did, hold on, they did a record scratch of like, and then a man to camera going, what did he just say?
Here's the thing. I would have been like, euros or dollars? 'Cause what are you asking me right now?
And then they had the dude. So that Italian guy was like, would you have sex with a man for $10 million? And then the controversial plot of the episode was R&B douche, then went to Tila and was like, I have to talk to you for a second.
Yeah, I gotta let
There's
you
some
know.
strange things going afoot this mansion.
Yeah.
He's asking.
And then this random Southern douche was like, don't talk about people behind their backs. Like, not even to, like,
That was
Like-
his excuse. That guy just hated black people and
Yeah.
wanted to start fighting with black
that's
guys.
what's so funny. Is like, are you really coming to the fence of this Italian Eurotrash dude? You're a Southern douchebag. Like, you don't care about the guy from Milan.
Hey,
You
man,
just
he
hate
walked-
black
He
people.
walked Milan Fashion Week. You treat him with respect. All right.
I do like the idea that the Italian guy may have been fishing just to
Yeah.
see if any other dudes
Yeah,
were down to fuck.
Yeah.
He's like, I happen to have $10 million.
Yeah, he's like, we're living in an era where people irresponsibly give out money. So, anybody want to fuck me for $10 million?
Come on, baby, the housing market's crashing. Get inside.
Speaking of housing market crashing, Jesus, the house they're in, the bank lost money on that.
Oh yeah, that was definitely one of examples of one of those
Yeah.
subprime mortgages for sure.
Yeah.
But it was MTV Cribs level style of like luxury, where it was
Right.
like everything was like tacky fake gold.
Yeah.
And like tacky red velvet.
Yep.
It was just the most. It looked.
I wish there was an above ground pool in the backyard. That would have
There
been too
probably-
perfect.
A solid gold above ground pool.
What it looked like to me is a dream house of someone that is actually named Barbie.
Yeah, right.
Or
Yes.
Tila Tequila.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is it's what happens if you let Barbie just have drugs and alcohol.
I'm just imagining like a tacky 42-year-old woman in Florida. Her name is Barbie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the dream house she would build.
So I actually do have a reason why everybody was like these like the douchiest guys,
Mhm.
because the creator of the show, Sally Ann Salzano, also created the Jersey Shore later.
Oh, you think this is where she got the idea?
I think this is just what she does. I think
I think Snooki was born of the primordial ooze
Yeah.
that they scooped off the top of the pool from a shot at love. And then all of
Oh,
the
my-
cast members grew out of that in a petri dish. And then they gave them a show.
It's like I'm picturing that scene in Lord of the Rings when the orcs are born.
They're just building JWoww out of mud and sticks.
Yeah. And Sally Ann is like Sauron, the White Wizard, at the top.
God, that's so
This is the only time anyone's ever compared Sauron to Jersey. The two fan bases don't overlap.
To Sally
enough.
Ann
no, not really.
Salzano.
Dude,
That's fucking
This
great.
show's disgusting. I got an STD watching this show. It's disgusting.
But it was such a good time capsule of 2000, like the mid 2000s.
Right. I loved
Absurd.
how like you could just tell how they perceived value of men and women, because the men's task in the first episode was to give her a gift.
Yeah.
And then the women's task was to just look hot and do like a walk down in like some sort
Fashion
of
show.
costume, a fashion show. And my favorite time of that was when there was a woman who came walking out and she was wearing like military garb, and then she's like, her pickup line was like, "You're gonna be my POW." And then Tila Tequila goes, "She's got a nice body, but she's got a better face." And I'm like, Jesus Christ!
You know
Like,
the terrible thing about the POW thing is? Like, Abu Ghraib just happened.
yeah, I know that's
It's
the thing.
in the news.
It's so funny.
That's where I got the idea from.
Guantanamo Bay is in the news.
Yes. It's like the most tone deaf and hilarious, and then oh my god,
I do like we're pretending like that wasn't what happened. The producers just were like, Abu Ghraib's in the news. We could do this live.
The producer purposely picked that woman, and then it's like, Tila, there's one that has a butterface. You need to say that on TV because people don't like some people might not realize this, but like reality TV show, like nothing is by accident. Everything is contrived. So they purposely like that fight probably started because that they came up and told that Southern guy, dude, that black guy hates white dudes, or you know what I mean? Like find a reason to fight him. Like they just feed him alcohol and then whisper into their ear. They're like the fucking dude from.
They just whispered, just a reminder, he is a black guy.
Yeah, they're like the dude from Game of Thrones, like whispering. Secret. Yeah, just sowing dissension. Like that's what they do. Like
this is the nerdiest conversation about a shot of love.
Yeah, I know.
Like Game of Thrones.
How many fantasy references?
Yeah, I know.
We do sound like we're plotting out a D&D campaign based around a shot at love.
Well, we are sitting in like a virgin's basement right now, so
yeah. There's a fake drum kit.
I am looking at a copy of Ticket to Ride right now.
Guys, go to the VHS wall. Select your favorite.
It's actually awesome. You have a VHS wall. I love that.
Yeah, poverty has weird effects on people.
No, VHS walls.
We can't throw away these VHSs.
Some people go on Tila Tequila dating show to try to get out of poverty.
Dude.
There's one poor guy who's like, I'm living on my mom's couch.
I know.
And he wore a suit.
And he wore a suit, and he's a virgin, and Tila sends him through to the next episode.
Good. He deserved it.
Okay, we need to talk about Tila Tequila's attitude towards men versus women.
Right.
It was wild how like on and like she was like every dude that was a little flirty or sexual, she was like, that's not what this is about. We're here to get to know me as a person because I'm fighting my forever person. And then she assaulted at least 3 women. She was like jumping on him, and I think the virgin thing was the biggest one. I like screamed at my TV a little bit because when the guy goes, I'm a virgin, she's like, oh, that's okay, but you know, like I'm not, and like I guess you could like stay. But when she found out that woman was a virgin, she was like, yeah,
you're
jackpot. Staying until the end.
Which is weird. It's like, what are you gonna bust her hymen? Like, what do you
literally?
She was like, what's the dream of if you're a lesbian? Are you really looking for a virgin? Like, what's the goal there?
The goal is a spin-off.
Yeah,
that you get to be executive producer on.
Right.
But only a few chosen ones got that. Tiffany Pollard, of course, New York from I Live New York. I'm getting my Daniel Crowe
I'm picturing the Ken Burns you're panning over a photograph of her. Tom Hanks is narrating a letter she wrote.
Who's the Italian guy?
The Italian guy got a spinoff.
Really?
Yeah.
The Milan guy?
Yeah, that's Amore. With
who's Amore?
That's him.
Is that the show? That's Amore?
Yeah, that's Amore.
Oh
so if you're saying that's Amore, are you referring to his show or the feeling of when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie? Those are the only 2 things you're referring to.
So he had a show. Was he like because didn't he cook her spaghetti and meatballs?
He said he did, but we didn't see it.
But also,
so
by the way,
doubts.
spaghetti and meatballs is not like a proper Italian. Like, I know a lot about Italian. This is where Northern Italian, they don't do giant tomato spaghetti and meatballs. It's not a Northern Italian thing. He's from Milan. No,
he would do like a sardine.
Yeah, or if it's any pasta, it'd be like a gnocchi or maybe a bolognese. But like, you're not doing spaghetti and meatballs.
Also, those meatballs were fake.
They didn't even look good.
They were like baseball-sized meatballs.
Yeah, for sure.
Those things were just like cooked through garbage.
No, they got it from an Olive Garden and brought it directly to set.
Yeah, and you're Tila Tequila, you're dressed in like whatever, you're looking hot, and some guy brings you a giant plate of spaghetti and meatballs. And that's supposed to be like.
I do wish they had shown the man. What are you guys doing over there? Everyone else is hanging out. He's just cooking spaghetti and meatballs. Like, wow.
I would like to see like the fucking Netflix fancy chef show with the classical music in the background of him cooking that dish.
Plating it.
If I was the only Italian guy in a room of 16 men, I'd be embarrassed to cook spaghetti and meatballs.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, because I'm in America, if I was in a room of a bunch of Italians and I showed up like, time to make a burger and fries, they'd be like, of course.
So is that some more the premise? He gave $10 million to the first man who would fuck him?
Now they just invite a bunch of women to try and fuck this Italian guy.
That's it? He got his own dating show like that?
They just kept spinning him off.
Did he go far in the first season or something? Was he like
he got to the I think he was in the top 5.
Wow, okay.
They were handing out television shows. Jesus Christ.
Man.
That guy, just watching that one episode, I wasn't like, this guy has the charisma to carry a production.
I wonder what the most levels
He
deep you can
didn't.
go on
It got one
spinoffs is.
season.
How do the
we
producers
fell in love.
how do the producers appeal to the egos of these people when they're giving them shows? Because the reason why they're giving them the show is like, you're a fucking train wreck, and people are gonna love to watch how shitty you are,
Right.
for our entertainment. But how do they get them to do it? Are
These
they like,
people are otherwise completely unemployable.
that's a good point.
They're not going to ask for a lot.
It's also, you tell someone, hey, we'll give you a TV show.
That's
Yeah.
true. I would do it.
They're not thinking, also, it's 2007. They're
Yeah.
not thinking about, like, this is going to be on the internet forever.
Right, that's true. Or social media, like 2007 was before all that shit.
The MySpace. It was
Yeah.
Tila Tequila at MySpace.
Right.
MySpace was so much more innocent.
Facebook had just started.
Right. But it was for college kids. You only had
Yeah.
to have a college email to
Yes.
use Facebook back then.
I had that's
me
like,
too.
2007. Is
I only
when-
went to college to get the email to get Facebook. I never had Facebook.
So why, in 2007, why even go on Facebook if Tila Tequila can't be on?
That's a good point. I don't know.
What's the point?
Well, I think people realize that, and that's why it's starting to decline now.
So there's absolute debauchery of men giving her gifts and then trying to feel her up for the first half of this
Yep.
episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then the ladies show up and they do their little fashion show.
Right.
They're meeting. They like do like a dr- By the way, I think they did it in the same night because they're billing it as like 2 different days.
Definitely not.
I
Definitely
think
one night.
she's so drunk
Yeah.
in the women's party.
Yeah.
She's like,
They made it that way on purpose. They wanted her to be so loose for the women,
so she would assault them.
so they would assault them for sure.
She made out.
My favorite guy was like, did he bring like a painting of him making out with Tila Tequila and then like reenacted it with her and
Yeah.
started making it? Like, was that what he did? Was
It's
that his
called
move?
romance.
I think it
You just,
was it
like,
a
you
painting
just-
of him.
I don't know. What,
I think it was just a painting.
it was just a painting of 2 people kissing, and then he's like, "Now we're gonna kiss like the people in the picture."
I think she said, "Let's act it out." Yeah,
like-
and then
All right.
It was so hot. I used to watch that show and I was like, this is so fucking hot. I was a 7th grader and I was like, Tila Tequila is a dream girl.
Wow.
Truly.
I mean, yeah, she was like, oh, I definitely jerked off to Tila Tequila as a
Really?
teenager. Oh, for
Yeah,
sure.
I jerked off to Tila Tequila today.
How about you, Crow?
Yeah, to
Oh,
reignite
no.
it. I downloaded the porn.
Yeah. Well, she's got a
Did she had a porn?
Oh yeah. Well, there's
2.
there's 2. There's a lesbian porn. There's like it might be a lesbian.
There's
three
a
one.
lesbian and a man one.
Yeah,
it's a
she's
spinoff of A Shot at Love.
That's so funny.
A Shot of
Like,
Love is a great name
how
for
about-
a porn.
how about a cum shot at
Cum
love?
Shot of
Yeah.
Love. Now she's a Nazi.
yeah.
No,
I
she's
didn't-
QAnon. She stopped being Nazi and she's
Wait, can you
somehow found
stop
the
being a
one
Nazi
impro-
though?
She's now QAnon, which I guess is an improvement.
You actually can stop being a Nazi.
Can you?
That is a thing we need more people to know.
Okay.
That is a thing.
Hey, everybody, if Tila Tequila could do it, so can you.
This is since the Knies doctrine. This is explicitly an anti-Nazi podcast.
I didn't know anything about this show, to be honest with you, and my wife loved this era of trashy dating. She loved like the Bret Michaels one, so I texted her about the show. I was like, "Did you watch it?" And she goes, "Yes, I loved it." And then she goes, "Did you know she's a Nazi?" And the first thing I thought was like, did she just like tweet like she likes Trump and people
No.
are calling her a Nazi?
No.
And then I went and clicked, and she's literally stories of her wishing Hitler a happy birthday and doing Nazi salute. I'm like, she's a fucking Nazi. She's an actual Nazi.
She talks about like it was in 2013.
Yeah.
She posted up a thing talking about how much she loved Hitler
Yeah.
and that he was actually like a kind, good man.
He was misunderstood.
Misunderstood.
Much like
her.
Tila. Had-
Yeah.
Hey.
And the Jews are like descended from like an evil race.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that thing you just said out of context. I'm going to spread that clip around. Send it to
You just
people.
said Jews are an evil race. What?
Can't believe you said that.
I just like that both of you have actually beaten off to a Nazi before. That's
Pre-Nazi.
Nah,
Well, wait.
I don't know. Come
Hey,
on.
hey,
There could be
Listen,
other
facts
Nazis
are
you're
fa-
unaware of, too.
Facts are facts, okay?
That's true. You may have been off to a Nazi. You just don't know it yet.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wait
I
a
mean,
minute,
also,
Lenny Riefenstahl? What?
Yeah, sure. I knocked a couple out to Ava Braun. What of it?
Barbara Streisand of Nazi?
That is somehow the weirdest. Current, what? Right?
Yeah, current. Yeah.
Okay.
absolutely,
Yeah. Obviously. So she posted all that stuff. She then, in 2015, she was on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK, and
Not
then she
even
got
in the
kicked
US,
off.
She got kicked off. She went to the UK.
She got kicked off of the first the first day
For being a Nazi?
because they found the Tumblr posts where she was doing.
Oh my god.
She blamed it on painkillers and stuff.
Oh, she was the originator of the Roseanne defense.
She
Yeah.
didn't delete the post.
I think it got copy and pasted because
Okay.
you know when Tequila comes out as a Nazi, enough people go, "That's weird."
yeah. Doesn't remember this one.
Now here's the real
dude,
question.
And then she doubled down on it after. That's the
yeah. That's what I was reading. She literally was like, "No, that wasn't me. I was on depressed and I was on painkillers and I didn't mean to." And then like 2 years later, she goes, "No, actually, I meant it." Like she literally like.
This
Yeah.
is like when the governor of Virginia got accused of doing blackface, and then there was like a picture out there. He was like, "That wasn't me." And then it was like, "All right, I guess we can't do anything." And then he called a press conference 2 days later. He's like, "I actually want everyone to know I did do blackface once, but not in that picture." And there's no photo evidence of it, but I just want everyone to know I did do that in a Michael Jackson impersonator show. Which is, hey everybody, I would never do blackface unless paying tribute to a pedophile.
Anyway, he's on his 8th term. Tila, what the fuck were we just talking about before?
We're talking about her being a
Nazi.
Nazi.
Oh yeah. She went to a party with Richard Spencer. Not a party, like a national convention thing with Richard Spencer. She's just full on a QAnon Nazi.
And
now.
she did the Nazi salute with him at like a restaurant to somebody or something.
Wait, what restaurant?
That's a good question. It was in Washington D.C. It was the headline was Tila, Tequila, and Richard Spencer do Nazi salute at local New York or
Oh, so
D.C.
it's not
restaurant.
like a chain.
I don't think so.
I was thinking it was just gonna be like Buffalo Wild Wings or something.
No, it's a local restaurant called Adolph's. It's very popular.
It's spelled ATE.
All right, you know what? Credit where credit's due.
Credit.
Okay. So that's mostly the first episode, and then she votes them off, or she votes off 5 people from either side.
Right. And funny enough, she didn't pick any of the dudes who started the fight.
No,
And that's because the producers are like, you keep them around. They're good for drama.
for sure. And then the women, it's pretty. One of them, you guys didn't see this part, but one of them, she literally just goes, "I don't remember her at all." Just,
Was it the Butterface girl?
no,
How did she get rid of her? Was she like, miss, you have a
Butterface stick around?
Butterface? Can you leave?
Yeah, no, that was Chaos, correct? That was her name, Chaos.
Chaos?
And then
Oh,
name?
hey girl, hey.
Was that her Christian
no,
name?
that was a different
Oh,
person.
Chaos.
Yeah, and then she was like, nobody needs more chaos in their life. And then Chaos left,
Jesus
and I was like,
Christ.
who's writing for Tila? Good luck.
What a zing.
Good ghostwriters.
Tila, and then she brings them all out to the pool where she goes, "Just kidding, guys, I'm bisexual."
And then there's about 20 fast zooms on the faces of all the contestants.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
Is the fast zooms.
There are
Yeah.
jaws have dropped.
I was like, I thought I was watching a Bruce Lee movie for a moment. So many fast zooms.
So then, the lesbians are more pissed. The dudes are like, whatever.
They're like, jackpot.
No, yeah, those guys are living in a Bud Light commercial.
Yeah.
They're fine with it.
Literally, one of the dudes was like, "I
Sick.
guess we're all getting some." Though I guess here's
One
the
guy
thing.
compulsively just went, and twins.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bro
7,
gets it.
baby.
What a time.
And twins.
Oh.
Those commercials were so funny because it was just 2 hot twin sisters. And that used to be a thing
Yes.
that people were like, that's so hot. It's like, what do you want the sisters to fuck each other, you sick fuck?
Yes.
You want these siblings. You want
these siblings
incest.
to
See,
fucking-
I always thought the
Yes.
idea was you would marry one of them and then you'd be happy that they had like a good family structure.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because you like
Yeah.
having an extended family and you like that they have people they can rely on.
Right.
That's the hot part.
Yeah. The hot part's the
The
nice
emotional comfort.
commitment,
Yeah.
you know, and just the family, you
Yeah.
know, to the core.
Yeah. It's Bud Light, everybody.
And they're both sucking your dick at the same time. It's like looking in a mirror.
What?
I wish she wouldn't drag Bud Light's advertising campaigns into the gutter like that.
Yeah, it's funny that you can have incest twins, but God help you if you put a trans woman on your kid.
No.
And trans. I'm sorry.
I
don't
think
know if
the
that's
twins
okay.
was Coors Light, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have
I
been.
think so.
fucking
Trans
knows?
was Bud Light.
Was it?
Yes.
I know.
No, the
'cause
trans,
I,
not the twins.
No,
the,
I know because I stopped drinking it. No, wait. Twins was Coors Light.
I think it was.
I hope you stopped drinking tequila after seeing this show.
Never, dude. I would never do that. Tila was awesome. It bummed me out to hear that she's a Nazi, though. I didn't really know that fully.
It kind of heard that she
I
was.
kind of heard, and I just you don't want to learn too much about your heroes, and then they always let you down. They always
Yeah.
let you down.
So
They should have a new show called A Shot at Anti-Semitism with Tila Tequila, where she has to learn to not hate.
it's men and women, but half of them are Jewish,
Wait,
and she has to figure out which ones are which.
So there's two groups, and one of them is all Jewish, and the other's all like far left wing, and they don't know they're gonna combine the two groups. They don't know. It's gonna be crazy.
That's so funny,
And it's
man.
so distasteful. It's like they send people away by putting them on a train.
Oh no!
You gotta go home.
Oh. Making everybody sleep in one bed is taking on a whole new.
Hey, wait till you see the showers.
yeah.
Boy. So we're gonna delete this episode, right?
Yeah.
This is not going out.
Once again, this is explicitly an anti-Nazi podcast.
Yes, of
Yeah.
course.
And now an anti-Tila Tequila podcast.
We're making
Sure.
fun of how distasteful it would be if she would be involved because she's an idiot. That's the joke, guys. That's the joke.
What,
I bet she was really good with her money that she made, though.
She was responsible
Yeah,
for sure.
she
She still has
definitely
that money. I
She,
think.
maxed out her
she
Roths.
invested it all in Bear Stearns.
The Lehman Brothers.
Yeah.
so, that's the episode ends, and then we don't see anything from season 1 after that. I did
Right.
some
Thank
research.
God.
So it came down to the guy named Bobby. Which one's that? I wish I could tell you.
It's the
Yeah.
one that grew up to be Howie Mandel.
Yeah.
So wait, so she picked the dude.
he won.
So did
we
they-
won,
did they-
dude.
Men. Actually, wait. All the guys show up at the start of that first episode, and they all start chanting Tila. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's just 60 guys
One
go,
guy
Tila,
One
Tila.
guy tried to climb the wall up to the balcony she was on.
And he declared, quote, "It's like Romeo and Juliet."
So he won the season, which means what? Like they didn't get married, right?
No, they were dating after
They were
that.
dating. Okay.
And
Just
then
for the tabloids, right?
they never actually they never dated because what happened is, by the way, it was down to him and the really butch lesbian girl. Like
really?
the one butch lesbian girl.
Interesting.
She actually seemed the most normal based off
Yeah.
that episode.
Yeah, every challenge they gave her, she was uncomfortable.
Yeah, you
She
could tell.
should be.
Yeah,
But they like she became a minor lesbian celebrity.
Good
and
for
like
her.
so at the end of it, they couldn't be seen out together because that would spoil the show.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
So they could only talk on the phone. And as soon as the show ended, she cut off all contact with him.
Oh my
Of course
god,
she did.
Tila.
That
Yeah.
guy sucks on the phone.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Imagine, wow,
When you have to lean on your personality, it's really hard.
just the shittiest pen pal of all time.
Also,
Is Tila.
there was another issue in the same time.
She
also
found out he was Jewish?
She had she had a boyfriend the whole time, the entire show, and she's not bisexual.
Interesting.
She has publicly come out because Fox News released a report in 2008, and she publicly.
But do you think
Whoa,
this?
whoa. Fox News had no better story to cover in 2008 than Tila Tequila's status as a bisexual. There was a presidential election that year, and there was a financial crisis, and someone in the newsroom at Fox News said, "Forget it. I've got the scoop on Tila
But do you
Tequila."
think
Yeah,
this
it's a big
was the
deal.
conditioning to turn her into like a right wing figure? The first thing you have to do if you want to be in that side is you have to not all of a sudden, the bisexual thing, it was just for
Right.
TV. I'm not actually bisexual.
I'd tell you
I'm
what.
a good Christian woman, actually. And then they're like, you're hired.
Right wing, if you ask me, she's far too left. One of those.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I think it's a slippery slope, right?
Distancing herself from the bisexual thing for her political career.
So yeah, but in 2018, neither lesbian nor bisexual. She only pretended to be in order to create an image, create ratings for A Shot at Love. She had a boyfriend while filming the show. Additionally, She associates homosexuality with the devil and referred
Yep.
to the former contestants
Boom.
on the show as degenerate and disgusting.
Yep.
I
called
mean,
it. Boom.
why limit yourself to the contestants, Tila?
I
There was also a host that
I
fits into
love
that.
like being like above it,
Yeah.
and yet you're the one who made out with
Made out with
11
all
people
of them.
on the first night. It is weird to make out with someone after 5
I think
minutes.
it's more questionable to be, obviously it's more questionable, but in her logic of like, I'm not bisexual, I just pretended for television. Isn't it worse to be able to pretend to be bisexual than it is to obviously be bisexual?
No, because
Like-
now you can also claim this was a prank show.
Yeah. You got Tila.
You got Tila.
Oops, you need another shot of tequila.
Yeah, man.
Man, it's really a shame she wasn't, more sane because there's so many puns off of her name.
Oh my
I
Lord.
know,
She's
it's true.
Yeah, what an embarrassment.
Thank you for asking. If you would like to plug, I have an hour special on YouTube and a play coming out co-starring Dane Cook. Follow my Instagram at Bret Raybould for more information.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram, Nick, at Nick_Whitmer. My special is called Always Hungry. It's on Tubi, and I believe it's actually now on YouTube as well.
Slay.
Both free.
Slay.
So just watch it for free. It's great. And follow me on Instagram.
I'm on Instagram, Daniel F. Crow. But if you want to hear about what's really going on, maybe follow Tila Tequila online. She'll tell you the truth about what's really happening.
Oh man, I hope that's the first piece of fan mail we get is Tila Tequila right again. Okay, guys, you can follow me on Instagram at DPIC Comedy and my TikTok LitGrandma69. Also, check me out. I have a special on YouTube called Goblin King, and I'm releasing clips every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now. That's it.
But then we got the other episode.
Yeah, we went to season 2.
So I was gonna ask. So it was season 2.
Episode 9, the highest rated episode in the history of this show.
See, I found the first episode way more entertaining.
Yes.
This episode sucked.
I kind of loved watching the guy sulk about the Wave Runner.
But this
though.
is what's so dumb. This is again.
That
this,
was
is
funny.
this is what reality TV show is. It's all fake. And they're like, you can't ride the jet skis because you have a plate in your face. And then 10 minutes later, he's riding a horse.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's more dangerous, falling in water or falling off of a horse into fucking hard beach sand?
Here's the
Right.
thing I love about that scene, though. One, for some reason, all the women call them jet skis, and he calls it a wave runner.
Right.
There's a weird divide between men and women
Yeah.
on what that is called.
Yeah.
But then second, it's literally the sketch from I Think You Should Leave about the guy that's just on the dating show for the zip line. Because this guy finds out he can't ride the jet
He's
ski,
just like,
and he's so mad.
He's so mad.
He's just there for the jet ski.
He literally goes, for all the things I missed out with my surgery, this is the worst one.
yeah.
What, riding a jet ski? Just go to Tampa and rent one,
Also,
you loser.
they're
Like,
like-
what are we talking about?
They're like, you could be in the kayak next to us.
Yeah.
And he went, no.
No.
He literally says, like, it's not as much fun.
It's not the same.
Yeah.
And then they keep cutting back to him and doing, like, the talking head interview. He's like, yeah, I saw how much fun they were having, and I didn't like it.
That he was a man child, like of
it
the
was-
fullest.
I would have behaved the same.
I know.
I challenge any of you to say you wouldn't have been the exact same. Even if you loved Tila Tequila, even if you had a real bond with her up until that point in the show, the second she's like, you can't come on the jet ski, you'd be like, bye.
Right.
I'm leaving Cancun.
He walked in the first day, saw there was a jet ski, and was like, my life's mission is to just be able to ride that jet ski.
Just wanna ride a jet
I'm going to pretend to like her. I'm going to do whatever I can. I have to get to the jet ski.
And then he
episode.
doesn't get to ride the
And then
jet
he doesn't
ski.
get to ride the jet ski.
He made it all the way to Cancun, and then also I love how miserable he is in Cancun. They're
I
on
know.
vacation.
He's
That's
sitting in the biggest chair ever, sulking. It's the size of a pontoon.
Yeah.
He's sulking while drinking a pina colada.
Yeah.
in paradise.
Yeah. Probably getting paid a couple $1,000s.
Furious.
So funny. You know what was really funny to me about that episode that I loved was Tila had dates with each of them in successive nights, and the best part was the next morning.
The
when
breakfast.
Oh, so
all
good.
4 of them were having breakfast together, and all the contestants took their turn to basically be like, yeah, we pretty much.
This one's in the bag.
We definitely fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
no way.
the
You guys
guy-
are gonna have as good of a date as we
I
did.
think it was the funniest for the man because
Yeah.
he was in the doghouse with the jet ski issue, and then he had his
Oh, she
date night.
cries over the jet because at their date she's like, "When you were sad about the jet ski, it hurt me," and she cries on their
True
date.
love, dude.
Oh, let's
That was true
clarify.
love.
So it's 3 final contestants, 1 man and 2 lesbians left.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
David's too
And-
afraid to say the word women.
and what?
He just says lesbians.
You don't want to misgender them.
And it was a bummer that there was a season 2 of Shot at Love because I really was hoping season 1 would have worked out, but there was. And at this episode, that moment, the guy went from doghouse to he was the first in one that had a night with her and
Front runner.
Yeah.
front runner, and the breakfast after he kept being like, "Oh man, I did not get any sleep.
It's so good.
Oh boy, after
I'm tired."
so day 2 they have more events before she goes on her second date though, and they go on a submarine and they
Yes.
see a shipwreck, and I was like, fingers crossed that this goes how I think it's gonna go. But
The submarine
unfortunately,
implodes?
yeah, it does, unfortunately did not implode. Yeah,
Oh, man.
they all lived.
Yeah, Tequila could have died a hero instead of living long enough to see herself become
Wait a
the
minute, I don't
Nazi.
think people consider the guys that died on the Titanic submarine heroes.
No, but
They were-
Tequila would have been. She would have died at like peak popularity.
Oh, that's not how heroes work.
What?
At peak popularity,
I'd still people
people
would be
had
sad.
tequila fever.
Yes,
Dude.
we did.
It would have
Okay.
been like when James Dean died. It would have been like, we lost a national
But
treasure.
I don't think people consider him a hero.
I don't know, man.
All
A
right.
hero to some. Getting laid.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
imagine if James Dean never died and he was like 70 in the mid 2000s. Would he have had a VH1 show
Probably.
like Date an Old Man?
yeah.
Did they ever do that show?
They definitely.
I
It would
don't-
have been called Dean's Academy.
The Dean's List.
No, Dean's list.
Dean's List.
Yeah, Dean's list is it.
And the winner gets to drive off on a motorcycle with him at the end.
Dean's Academy would just be him teaching other men how to get ladies.
That's the mystery
spin-off.
pickup artist.
Yeah.
Which that was another brilliant, shitty, trashy show. Mystery. Remember Mystery?
Oh,
Sorry,
man.
quick detour.
No, I don't
I
know.
hate to distract from this,
Tequila.
nutritious conversation about tequila, but Mystery. Oh my god,
Big hat.
Big Hat. That was even in 8th grade. I was like, this guy is a loser, and I was so impressionable.
So yeah, Neil Strauss, who's the guy who wrote the game,
Yes.
with Mystery. It's weird because that book literally starts off, the first chapter of that book is Mystery with a gun in his mouth, being like, I don't want to live.
Oh my god.
I think it's Mystery. It might be Mystery. It's like the main pickup artist, so I think it is Mystery.
This guy be Mystery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't want to live anymore. And it's wild that anybody read that book further and was like, this is just all about how to get chicks.
Oh my god.
That's how the book started?
Yeah, he is like,
Weirdly, that's how this show started too, but they cut that scene. It starts off with Tila, gun in her mouth, be like, if I don't tell anyone I'm bisexual, I don't want to live anymore. And then the producer of Jersey Shore comes up to her with a contract and goes, do I have a deal for you? I know you've never told anyone this, but we created a show just for you.
That was a show that I think I would like to go back and watch. The Pickup Artist show. What was it called?
It was called The Pickup Artist.
It wasn't really called The Pickup
Yes.
Artist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there was a
Alright.
show that was another one. This whole era of TV missed me for whatever reason. I didn't watch any of these shows. I wasn't
Because
gonna-
you were in the woods, dude.
Nah, I would no, not even at that time.
Really?
I mean,
No, we're in the
also, you
mountains?
just didn't watch those shows because they looked like trash at the time.
I mean, that was definitely part of it. I think I was just so involved in sports back then. I just that was when like you found time. It was like 2007. So I graduated in 06. I was like 18, 19. That time period is like when I watched like every March Madness basketball game and had you know what I mean? You just had time to just watch every baseball game, every hockey game. You're just obsessed
You
with
watched
shit like
Sports Center 4 times.
yeah, in a
on
row.
Sunday
You just,
morning.
Yeah, exactly. You just
But
watch
what if
Sports
they
Center
add a
every
new
row.
highlight?
Yeah, you never know. Maybe there's a new breaking news story that comes out. But anyway, I missed all these shows. So like when I was watching this, I was almost like, this might be fun to like take an edible and go back and watch the debauchery of 07. I
Especially
feel like
if
the
your
pickup
wife likes
artist
them.
has
The
to be
pickup
the
artist would be a
worst.
fun one.
Yeah, that one has to be terrible, right? That has to be the worst show of all time.
Well,
Actually, it really moved the country forward. Really helped the relations between the sexes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Only good things.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
think. I mean, there are worse shows like Family Dog, but that's a whole other. Family Dog is.
We
a
did an
dog-
episode about it.
It's a show. It was a show created by. It was like a Simpsons ripoff, created by like Tim Burton and Steven
And
Spielberg.
Brad Bird.
Wow.
Oh, so this is actually like a artistic endeavor?
Yeah, it's very
It's
bad.
terrible. It's just a cartoon where they abuse a dog.
Oh. Shit.
Yeah.
I thought it was a reality show.
No.
No.
Oh.
And it was made by Spielberg.
Tim Burton, Brad Bird, and Chris Buck, the director of Frozen.
So
Although Brad Bird disavowed it before it ever aired.
4 phenomenal storytellers.
so
Yeah.
it's a cartoon where the dog gets mistreated
Yeah, for
Basically,
laughs.
yeah.
for laughs?
For laughs.
It's-
Please listen
Wow.
to the Family Dog episode if you're listening to this.
I have to
Good
see
plug.
this.
Yeah. You don't have to. It's not fun.
It's really it's
not
it's
good,
truly not a
bad.
fun watch. It's not a fun watch.
No.
It's meant to be a comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's they're doing a Simpsons kind of riff.
Yeah. Wow.
What are some examples of how the dog gets mistreated?
Dog just wants water and everyone's really mad at him and like, get out of here.
Uh-huh.
They make him live outside because they hate the dog.
Mhm.
And then the dog gets stolen by a transient and then they don't barely look for him. And when they do find him, they're mad at him.
Oh, that sounds hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go wrong?
It's such a bad show. It killed the momentum on this episode.
Yeah, we're all just kind of like,
That's hilarious.
Like everybody just got sad.
you know, I
thinking
never,
about that
I
show.
never bought the Steven Spielberg being a pedophile thing, but now I'm like, well, maybe he's a monster. if you like torture dogs, like you know,
Well,
I
like,
think Tim
it's an-
Burton was doing the heavy lifting.
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Tim Burton's a piece of shit too, right? I mean,
We've all seen his movies.
I've never liked his movies ever.
Yeah.
I always joke that like the reason why I never liked his movies is I was never molested as a child because I feel like all of his movies are just so needlessly dark and they're for children. You're like, why is it this? Like, why Nightmare Before Christmas is one of the darkest. I'm like, this movie's fucking.
Excuse me, but actually, Nightmare Before Christmas was directed by Henry Selick.
but it's a
I
Tim
knew
Burton
you were
movie.
gonna do that.
Production.
It's
He
a
produced it.
It was his brainchild though, right? Like he couldn't direct
He
it
had
because
some
he moved
sketches
on
and he
to
gave it to some people.
right. But regardless, it's dark shit. I'm like, this is fucking terrifying.
I was literally about to be like, actually like his early stuff, and then be like, well, I want to stop talking.
I will-
Yeah.
I'll,
It's
I'll
really-
defend,
I need a hug.
I'll defend Pee Wee, Batman, Ed Wood. Yeah, good
Yeah,
films.
there's some great stuff there.
I don't think the Batman movies age well at all. I think they're
Well,
like
Batman for its time was really interesting because it
Sure,
it broke a
sure.
lot of the like because before that Batman was Adam West.
Look how much
Right.
we don't want to talk about Tila Tequila.
Okay, yeah, let's get back. So date number 2,
date number 2.
she goes out with a woman who's never been in love with the lesbian. Is that Rebecca? Was it the blonde girl? The
Oh,
brunette?
Another
wait,
example
wait,
of
wait,
David
wait.
being unwilling to say woman.
Remember
Well,
they
sorry.
did
Yeah.
how they determined the order of the dates was they had to jump into a pool.
Oh, yeah.
Take a condom and then put it on some sort of like pump thing, and then they had to pump up the condom until it burst. And it's the competition wasn't who did it the fastest; it was who did it the hottest.
Yeah.
Which just the guy at that point, like, there's no way for a guy to sexually blow up a condom by sitting on it and jumping on it. Like there's like he couldn't have won. Like the game was rigged. So first of all, at the beginning they don't let him jet
Actually-
ski, and then the game to determine the date order he can't do. It's
He
like,
has to ride
It's
a
like
pump,
how
like
much
it-
does
yeah.
Tequila not want to fuck this dude? Like,
But wait, to be fair, he could have done it. He just shouldn't have been sitting on it. He should have flipped over and started humping the pump.
You needed to use your butt. That was part of the rules.
but you need to use the
Oh,
butt.
okay.
And even so, can
If
you
this is
really?
Taskmaster, you're disqualified.
Can you hump? Can you like thrust your pelvis into a pump and pump something up, even if you wanted to? It sounds
Not with
like it
that
would-
attitude.
It sounded like it hurt,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Well, was it on sand, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was on sand.
No, but I'm saying like thrusting your penis onto a hard
Yeah.
thing
You
to
would want to
bump
use
up-
more of the hip bone. You want to
Yeah,
tuck back, use the hip bone.
Right. It would just not be good.
I'm getting into the logistics of this really heavily.
So anyway, my point is the game was rigged, guys. There's no fucking there's no what was the word? Respect. There's no
respect,
there's-
dignity.
There's
Respect
no
for the
dignity,
game.
There's
The
no
fair
you know,
play.
the competition.
He
is
didn't
just
have a
not
shot
real.
at love.
Yeah, man.
He
It's
didn't.
it's not. It's fucking. It's rigged, man.
Yeah.
Reality shows are fake. Okay, guys, I said it.
Wow. Incredible. So she yeah, the one girl wins, so she determines the date order. You're right. She goes second. She chooses the middle date.
Yeah.
Which, come on.
Yeah, you got to hit cleanup, dude.
You think so? You either go first or third.
You go last.
You think so?
Yeah.
After she's already fucked two
You politely
people.
decline and leave her wanting more.
No, I think you go first for sure.
Yeah, and that dude, yeah, so she got to arrange the order. She put the dude first.
Yep.
Because she figured Tila was already pissed at him.
Right.
And then she put herself second and the other girl third.
Yep.
She
By the way, when she's on the dates with those other people, if I'm that guy, I'm going on the jet ski.
Yeah.
What stops? Like, you're on your own time. They're not filming you.
That's
Go
also,
rent a jet ski.
That's also what I said when she's like, "You're not allowed to be on the jet ski." It's like, who are you to tell him? He's a grown man.
Yeah.
Like he can do whatever he wants. Like how are you gonna stop him from?
I
getting
think
on
it's
jet
like a
ski?
producer thing of like production. Like if he has like an actual head injury, they can't let him on a jet
Well, then
ski.
why they let him ride a horse?
Everyone in this cast had a head injury.
That was a
cast-
prerequisite.
Yeah.
Why they let him on a horse then?
Yeah, I don't know. I think because
They would
there's a
let him
horse
on a jet
trainer.
horse.
Yeah, they might not let him on a motorcycle.
But then
Yeah.
one of the women, she hates the horse. She keeps
Oh,
being like,
yeah.
it's galloping too fast.
Yeah, that was the whole plot of that, right?
At this point of the story, me and Bret were skipping forward every 20 seconds, and then I was puzzled by the ad placements. I'm like, who's paying money to be in a Tila Tequila stream on the internet? There were all these different companies.
Well, it's
Dailymotion?
it's Dailymotion doing it.
I know, but like, don't you like when you're picking where you want your ads to be? Like, if you're paying Dailymotion to be placed in front of things, you want your advertisement to be put in
targeted.
front of
Daily-
Yeah, you want to target in front of people who like your thing.
It
Dailymotion
actually worked. It was a Caribbean Royal Cruise ad, and in the last hour, I've booked a cruise.
Dailymotion's ads are the least respectable on the internet. They'll just throw them in front of anything. One time, I saw ads that were clearly unfinished.
Oh, I was with you.
Yeah, it was for Hawaiian rolls, but like a crossover promotion with Guardians of the Galaxy.
I have
So
the
there was supposed to be a
pictures.
lot of CGI, but there's just like a lot of people talking to tennis balls in this ad.
Shut up.
There's there's
have it,
Groot, but
yeah.
it's just a still image of Groot and people trying to interact with Groot. Yeah, this was just on Dailymotion
And
for
literally,
several hours.
You just see text that says CGI this later.
Exactly, yeah. No,
Like-
there's footage of just a hand in a green suit reaching in at one point to grab a Hawaiian roll, and it was up for hours.
Well, we
and it was
saw
the
it-
only ad they were playing on Dailymotion.
Oh my god, I love this.
So we saw it so many times where like to the point where we stopped ignoring the ad and then we're like,
Yeah.
what is happening in this? And it's all just really terrible CGI. Okay. I think at the end of the they go through the date with her, and is her stakes that she doesn't like she's never been in love with a woman before.
Yeah, that's not a huge stake though.
Yeah, because there was that one, and then I don't remember what
Brett,
the other.
this show seems to have defeated you.
Yeah. Well, the air mattress deflating last night, and sleeping on a couch when I'm 6'5" and my legs are dangling off. That
This is-
defeated me.
This is the
Oh, man.
this is the
Oh my god! Holy
it's
shit!
just literally like
That's
static
hilarious.
fake. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I don't know if people can hear. Or see. I don't know if people can understand. who
I'll
are
post the
listening.
pictures. I'll post the pictures on the.
But
They're also on my Instagram.
the show did defeat me. It wasn't as good as I remember it. That's kind of true. And it was also defeating when you're like, oh fuck, this is a 42-minute episode.
Yeah.
You're like, I could have cranked that out in 20 if it was 23 24-minute episode.
Yeah, for sure.
But you were like, damn, they really did an hour show
of
for that.
Tila.
Of Tila.
Yeah.
Couldn't believe it.
More than a shot. That's a full pint.
It's a pint of
That's a
love.
pint of love.
That's a pint of love.
Okay, I think we should say what we would do to improve.
Wait, yeah, the one girl gets eliminated. Who cares? It's
Who
not.
cares?
Yeah.
Yeah, but are you guys ready? Can I spoil the season 2 for you? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
looked up what happened. So we looked up who won, and the blonde lady won, and then Tila said, "You won," and then she goes, "I don't love you,"
Oh!
and she rejected Tila.
Wow.
Yeah, she said, "I don't want to be with you." So Tila got rejected. She spat the shot out.
Well, no
And
wonder
then
she hates
Evers-
lesbians.
Yeah, Tila got rejected by a woman, and within weeks was like, actually, I think all gay people need to go to hell.
She also, at some point in between this show and Loving Hitler, she overdosed on barbiturates.
Is Loving Hitler her next show?
like pills.
Oh, okay.
She overdosed on pills in between that, and I think that might have been what happened.
Wow. That's amazing. So what would we change? Is that the question?
Yeah. What
Yeah.
did you change?
More contestants.
Oh man.
More-
I think maybe 50 men, 50 women.
You know what?
Yeah, lean into how trashy it is. You know, just like make it worse, make it more and like do sponsored ads in the show. You know, like the condom ad would have been perfect. Like jump
Yeah.
into the pool and get the look in the camera Trojan condom. Wink. just make it so capitalist and so disgusting.
So make it more hoary. Like just add it, like
just
ramp
lean
up.
in. Yeah,
Mhm.
right. For
If
sure.
you're gonna be this show,
Right.
Yeah, also cast a man who hates gay people, and then you make him go far. So he's like, Tila, you have to stop it. You have to pick me, and I'll save you for being a lesbian. Like, just make it terrible. Just
Yeah,
make
Newt
it so
Gingrich
bad.
should have been a
Yeah,
contestant.
Newt Gingrich would have been perfect. Yeah, that would have been great.
I'm
dude.
cheating on my wife right now. She has cancer. It's no big deal.
How
Oh,
can you
Lord.
improve it?
Or you
I
can
mean,
make Lindsey Graham and he could have fucked all the dudes.
A Lindsey Graham dating show where he pretends to like women. Now that's a show for me.
he's just hitting on the staff,
Yeah.
all the crew.
Someone told me that there's rumors in Washington, D.C., all the male escorts have a code name for Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
And it's Lady G.
wow.
Lady G, because they all, he bangs a bunch of men,
Wow.
Yeah.
Lady G's Penthouse on
Lady-
VH1.
That's
That's the show.
Next show.
Okay.
How do you improve it? I would say you don't film it in the first place. It's impossible to.
So wait, in that situation, do you think it happens? So it still happens, but it's like a monk art.
It's a
Yeah,
tree
yeah,
falls in the forest
They
situation.
go. This is just for us who are here. This we don't need to record.
They reveal
this.
that the cameras were never plugged in.
I like that. I like the universe where Shot at Love 1 and 2 happens as part of the oral tradition.
Stories told from ages down. Like,
With Tila
And
Tequila.
it's just like a seer, tribal seer at a campfire. Who's like, and then she said, "Oh no, you didn't, bitch."
they're just primitive drawings on caves of like what happens. The story.
Someone pumping up the condom with their butt.
Not now, Seer. I don't have time for a story. Well, do you have time for a shot? Okay. I think instead of no hooking up in the bed, mandatory hooking up in the bed.
Yep.
Right.
16 dudes, 16 chicks.
16 dudes, 16
They
chicks.
really have a bed for 32 people.
No, because
Yeah.
10 of them got eliminated before.
That's true. It's a bed for 22 people.
Oh, so much more reasonable. Okay.
It's a
22
giant
people.
circle. It is truly a giant. Like people are walking into the middle of it to get.
What's the logic of the bed being like that? Is that part of the show? Or do they go, and then here's the next twist? You guys all have to sleep in the same bed.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's like that's a feature of the show then.
Yes.
That's
Tila
how-
Tequila literally was like, no hooking up if I'm not there. That's like,
Man.
Wow.
and then put them all in a giant bed and fed them alcohol with a person they've met for 5 minutes.
I
To
would love
encourage
to
her
know the producer who pitched that idea.
Steven Spielberg.
He's like Tim
Oh,
Burton.
Actually, I did. There was one other creator of the show. She's not created anything else, but she is a head producer on a lot of things, and it's all just live rescue and live police things.
Some people needed a live rescue from this show.
Yeah.
I do think she was just really adept at covering disasters.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, Daniel, recommend a show.
Lately, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about Scrabble history.
Didn't you recommend that last time?
No, I told you I was going to recommend this.
Oh, okay.
And I dared you to stop me. So I recommend everyone go on YouTube and search Scrabble history and watch all of these videos about the
Do you
big moments in Scrabble tournaments.
Do you have a guy in particular, or like a one in particular?
I don't know. It's all on one channel. I never bothered to learn his name. If you search Scrabble history, it'll pop up. There's a big playlist. Most of them are about a Scrabble player named Nigel Richards. He's the Michael Jordan of Scrabble. He's really good.
He can dunk from the foul line?
Yeah.
Nice.
He jumps from the foul line and puts down an 11-letter word.
Yeah, you're like, fuck. A Q on a triple word score?
All right, Nick.
You know what? There's a show that I don't know if it's done now or if the arc is finished after 2 seasons, and I thought it was a very good show, and I'm surprised like it doesn't get talked about. It's on HBO. It's called Tokyo Vice.
Oh yeah.
Michael Mann directed the pilot, and it's actually a really good show. It's like they build drama very well, and the acting's awesome, and it takes place in Tokyo, so it's a lot about Japanese culture, and there's a lot of really good Japanese actors in it. It's a great show. So
Do they ever drift?
no, that didn't get there, dude. I was like, where's the drifting?
Season 3.
You can't fucking season Tokyo Vice.
Tokyo
Tokyo Drift.
It would be the third one.
Third season, yeah.
Every third season of Tokyo, you drift.
You drift.
I would be such a bad tourist. I would just be going around and be like, "Where's the drifting? Hey, you guys got to drift."
Can we move to Tokyo and put together a bus tour that takes people to the sites of Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift?
Just only if the bus drifts.
Yeah, we have to drift the bus.
Yeah, the bus drifts. I love that idea.
All right, Brett, what show?
You know, it taught me everything I know about women. I would recommend The Pickup Artist. I'm incredibly good with the chicks because of that show.
That's why you're wearing that hat. Just so you can paint a picture for everybody. Currently, Brett is anyone listening familiar with Jamiroquai? So imagine that hat, but about 10 times the size.
With eyeliner on too. I was like,
I have eyeliner.
I watched him put on eyeliner before this. I was like, dude, you know it's not a visual medium.
You're
Right?
either Batman or you're about to pick up some chicks.
Yeah.
I'm about to do both.
Yeah. But, big, neg always, always neg. It's really a good thing to do.
That's what Tequila's been doing to Jewish people.
And then I'm going to recommend a show about a woman who's a big disaster, The End of the Fucking World. It's a really good show. It's on Netflix. It's about a woman who's kind of crazy who runs away with this boy who's like never done anything reckless in his life. And then it's really fun. It's a great show. It's just a really good one.
Is the lead Tila Tequila?
Yeah, it's actually, she's back in it. No, if you want to watch something with Tila Tequila, apparently she's in one episode of Bleep My Dad Says, another podcast another show we've covered on this.
But just do yourself a favor and don't watch A Shot at Love.
Yeah.
I disagree. Listen, get real
Bleep,
high.
my dad says the bleep is a Jewish slur.